All right, so the subject is today is how to 5x or 10x or 100x, or how to scale the speed of you deploying AI agents without hiring a VA or extra help, and with more of a do-it-yourself approach as opposed to hiring. So just a little bit about us and RealWave, about our partners. We work in the GHL and CloseBot community for a long while, and we are very grateful for the opportunity to work with you guys, to work with Bryce and Laura and on CloseBot and with the GHL team. And as a preferred partner, we feel that we are able to provide a lot of value both to CloseBot and GHL and to our clients, taking our experience, 30 years of software development, and making those tools and power-ups available and easily accessible to our clients. About us in 15 seconds. RealWave is a software company. I do software for 30 years. I had a couple of businesses in the past, and the latest incarnation is RealWave with AI. We are an AI first agency and product studio. We build our own technology and we use existing technology like CloseBot or GHL or Verse AI or Synthflow or many others. But we are AI first. That means that we're built and designed to work in the AI world. We don't hire to scale. We don't have manual processes. And if it doesn't scale with AI automation, we're just not going this way. As we built our company, we learned a lot of things that some of them we're sharing today. We're CloseBot operators, not a partner. We were there from the beginning, developing stuff to extend CloseBot. We know CloseBot inside and out, both as builders, as API operators, and actually our platform was built on top of the CloseBot API, the only one available in the market. So we're not just like, hey, we learn about CloseBot, let's sell something to somebody because it's cool. No, we know what we're talking about, and we've done more than 100 projects all around CloseBot GHL, custom integration, you name it, you've got it. So what we do is, since we understand the entire stack of the software, as a software company and as an AI company and as a business company, we know how to design agents that work, that perform, and that get better over time. And we also know how to deploy and manage our clients in scale so we can actually keep the profit and not be sunk to maintaining, optimizing prompts, following the models, running after them. And if we have 10 agents, and something change, how do we check like 1,000 nodes? And so we're trying not to be there, and I don't want to be the asset of the company, right? So we want to try and help you to go from, hey, we're playing around with the tool, to how do we make it a reliable revenue source? Just a disclaimer, we're not talking about the marketing side, but I'm not here to tell you how to best run your ads or how to build the best Facebook campaign. We know what we're doing, but this is not what we do best. There are other gurus and mentors out there who can tell you how to do that. What we know how to do is, once you caught the fish in your net and you have clients and you need to take care of them, and suddenly it's just like, ooh, now I've got to learn all those 17 new components that my AI agent released in the last month, and it's a complex project. What do I do? How do I maintain it? How do I keep it profitable? How do I copy it? So this is what we're trying to help you to do. A little bit about me, 30-year computer geek. Got my first computer when I was like 10 years old and started programming immediately. And I've been doing it ever since. And I really, really love what I'm doing. AI was like an reincarnation of the fire in me. Like I did it for so long, I was afraid that I'm burnt out, that nothing excites me anymore with computers. And then AI came, and it just disrupted me. Like, it was 2.5 years ago when ChatGPT was out. I wasn't an AI person before, but I know my computers. So my family didn't see me for literally 3 months. I was there trying to get to the bottom of what this thing is. It amazed me so much. And 3 months later, we came out with the first agent infrastructure. I'll pop some posts from my Facebook feed from 2 years ago, and I was showing a group of sub-agents doing work together that we developed even before, like in the first days of the API. So this disrupted me so much. I said, hey, whatever we were doing before, this is not going to, everything is going to change. And this is where RealWave AI came to life and started to build power-ups and smart agents to augment the existing technologies. And our specialty was always how to deliver business value from the AI. The tools were cool. Everybody's jumping from one tool to another, but I sometimes compare it to a building on sand, on a land that it's all quicksand. And because the AI landscape changes all the time, you invest, you design an agent, you think you have an idea of an audience, and suddenly someone releases something like that for free or for $19 a month, and you spend 3 months and it's just gone. And it happens again and again and again. And if you had 6 to 24 months a few years ago to create an idea and to follow up on this, today it's days. Like, with vibe coding, you can have an idea and within a few days you have a proof of concept. What you needed to pay tens of thousands of dollars and have a team before. The market in India, 27% drop in the service companies this week because people don't need cheap programmers or workers anymore because they can do it themselves. So how do you as an agency or as a service provider, how do you make sure that you're still relevant, right? And it's not only technically relevant, it's also marketing wise relevant. How do you make sure that your clients who don't understand a thing about AI can figure out your additional value? See it later down the line because clients want business results, right? It's us who sometimes confuse the cool tech with business results, but they want consistency, quality, and good price. So basically, instead of now with AI, if a year ago we had the cool factor and just the fact that you had an AI agent, everybody was like, ooh, now it's considered a commodity. So the technology we're bringing to the table is worth almost nothing. The business outcome is worth everything. So is suddenly becoming like a service provider that works on a low margin instead of someone who's selling SaaS for high margin because you need to provide a business value. Since the future is looking at business value as revenue, you should make sure that the process of providing this business value doesn't cost you more than what you're getting paid. And if you've built agents in the past to your clients, you know that either in your conscious or your subconscious, that you can't just launch and go, right? If you launch an agent, you give it to your client, after a week, 2 weeks, things go bad, things get broken, some contacts get left out, some people ask things that you didn't think about, the model change, it didn't connect really to their pipelines, and you find yourself working on it, right? Every day, every week to keep providing the business value. And if you're the resource, then it's becoming a problem. So for us, it was all about these things as constraints. We don't want to be the bottleneck and we want to keep providing business value. From what we understand, people still appreciate speed. Like if someone calls me and I can provide a quote in an hour and then finish the build in 2 days, that's worth money. People are impatient. They don't know when 2 months. And they also feel that you're on top, right? Like 2 days, oh, that's cool. If they know that you're not freaking out from every change request and asking them for 10 extra hours to do any prompting change, and they can just do it themselves, they're like, wow, that's easy. So you want to keep giving them the business value, but the challenge is that building reliable AI agents consistently is not easy. Think about the challenges you're going with designing one bot and testing it for yourself, how much time and effort goes into checking all those scenarios. And now you launch it for audience of thousands of people a day going from different locations, different languages, models change. How do you manage that? How do you do the upgrades? Do you have a standardized way to map and build agents, or are you winging it according to a doc that you find somewhere? Do you have patterns and standards for how to do intent detection and figure out what the user really means? how to handle objections, how to do fail safes. If things go wrong and people didn't go the way you expected, what happens? Many people just don't think about that. They get a broken agent. How do you get consistent tone and logic? How do you save all the time you're spending on setting up and fixing stuff constantly? How do you make every change request not pop up new issues and break things in other way? How do you test it, right? So all those things, these are the real hard, difficult truth of building AI agents. Selling them is fun, but then you have to make sure that this works. And if you don't, 2 weeks and your client leaves you. Like, we had some unsuccessful projects in the past. If you see your AI and the business owner sees the AI saying something stupid or misses the booking or doesn't book when it needs to, or just works, doesn't, they have options. It's like, okay, thank you, bye-bye. And then you see them leaving after 2 or 3 months, or just not succeeding and stopping to pay you. So you invested all your time and effort, but you just don't have the way to keep the momentum and the business momentum going because it's you all over again. Didn't they tell us that being independent and doing AI is the way to break, to be free and, do things the way we like? And suddenly we're slaves again to prompts and LLMs and have to listen every day who released what and read researches about which LLM is the LLM of the day. So it becomes a very tedious task. When we were thinking about how we were solving it for ourselves, we don't have any magic carpet to take us to the perfect agent in a magical way. You still have to go through all these tedious tasks of design it properly and change it properly and update it properly and deploy it and test it properly. And the intake process still needs to happen. But the thinking is that we don't want more people. We just need more standardized processes, and AI is part of the process. We want AI to guide the process of building and designing the agent, right? You've probably heard about all these new agents out there, Menace and OpenClaw, and they do similar things, not with agents, but with your documents and maybe with your websites. So why not with your clients and agents? We know what works for our clients. We know which bots convert great. We have data with millions of conversations of history from our agents and clients. We know what works. We know what breaks. So we wanted a way to have the agents, our intake agents, have access to all this knowledge of what works and what doesn't. We know what prompts work, and we know when they break because we get to see the logs all the time. So this is, instead of just retraining an entire team of VAs, we just train the agent and everybody gets that right away, all our implementers. Have an agent to look and run QA for you instead of running it yourself. That's 5x easy saving on one of the substantial parts of the project. And usually it's one of the more difficult ones because you need someone who's really experienced to be able to find the issues. So you're paying for the most expensive resource to do QA, right? And more important, as after we build, how do we push changes? How do we modify things if we need to? How do we keep testing them? So we thought, hey, AI could be a great way if we could only build it. And we thought about it for a while. And then as we grew about, it was 8 months ago, and when we got to this decision, we got some multiple deals coming at once, and the team was stressed and just doing the same thing again and again. And I felt ashamed that our business is still using some manual processes. Yes, we were AI first, but we didn't know how to do that exactly because it was a very tricky thing to pull off. The complexity of agents and all the nuances and what can be done in GHL and in CloseBot. And after one of, I call it a near-death experience of, the team pulling the deadlines, running 5 projects at once, we said, you know what, we're going to take some time and we're going to build a vision. And then this is where our set of CoPilot agents became to life. So what we were trying to solve is no more new custom builds, no more logic and prompts and flows scatters in docs and chats, one place to rule them all. no more hours of manual conversation reviews, quick QA, and no more feeling like we need to hire again. You should be able to scale like you just open another ChatGPT window. So basically what we're showing today, I know we have some of our clients here today, which are already using CoPilot. So welcome. I'm going to show some cool things today. But for those of you who are not clients yet, so RealWave CoPilot was built for GHL and CloseBot agencies. It works with both. And it just allows you to turn the ideas into agent blueprints, standardize how you build them, actually build them automatically, review, refine them in a matter of minutes of hours instead of days, and just do more agents with the same team. And now it's time for demo. Questions, comments so far? All right. Okay, so this is the RealWave platform. If you know it, if you don't, just go to realwave.com and sign up for an account. And the RealWave is basically your one-stop shop for everything AI first agency. And basically what we allow you as a company is to solve the scaling problem in two ways. One, the one that I'm going to show today, is a do-it-yourself way using our AI tools and CoPilot, how you can build, automate, check, and be like 10 people with just being yourself or one of your employees, and allow you an easier way to deploy, manage, and just be a high quality agency. The second way that we have is done for you. And some of our clients, we build for them, with them, and help them with builds maybe they're not able to do. But you have this choice. You can do it yourself or done for you, or both. We're here to help you get to high performing agents one way or another. So RealWave is connected to several parts here. I'm going to show you a quick tour around, and then I'll hop directly to our CoPilot. So the first thing we allow you to have is it's an agent library. This is basically a set of pre-built, pre-tested premium agents, not just a template someone posted and with a few notes, but these are things that work for us in the field. And there are some really, really interesting things here for multiple verticals. Some of them are teaching you about the technology, some of them giving you examples. And we've done some really cool stuff where you can go into one of those agents, and we have a CloseBot snapshot. This is a CloseBot agent. You can just mark it, click deploy, and it will deploy this agent and the persona and everything into your CloseBot account. So now you can start working on this. So you've got a whole list of agent available here. And once you have an agent in your account already, we have an agent checkup feature that allows you to select one of your, in this example, CloseBot agents, and have our AI agent analyze it. And this is usually done when you get an agent from someone else, or you just build something yourself and you want to do some sanity check. So it connects to CloseBot to your account, takes the agent, analyzes it, sees all the nodes and all the links and all the edges, and it provides you, first of all, like a sanity check to see what it's about. And then it shows you what are the next things you need to do in order to improve this or take this to production. So the one I chose is not connected to a source. It's lacking business information. It lacks the meeting confirmation, and I can take care of each one of them separately. Quick detour to be able to connect to your CloseBot or GHL accounts. You go to settings and go to integrations. And this is where you connect your RealWave account to your other accounts. So this is your OpenAI account. This is your CloseBot account. This is the key from CloseBot. And this is the lead connector is GHL. This is where I connect my GHL sub accounts. So this is how it knows to have direct conversation with those systems. But what I really wanted to show you today was CoPilot. And CoPilot is available here through the utilities. And CoPilot is basically a chat that allows me to have a conversation with my AI systems. And you have 5, oops, sorry, wrong permissions. There we go. That's the one. I was logged on as an admin, so there's a little bit more stuff in my account. So you have 5 different agents available now, 6 different agents, sorry, available today at launch. We've got the CloseBot GoHighLevel, which I'll show in a second how it allows you to completely create, manage, test, QA, deploy agents in CloseBot without knowing anything about how it works. We have another version for small fixes, which is cheaper, like a low reasoning model of this one. And we also launched 3 GHL copilots, one to allow you with lead management and querying, one to create GHL conversation AI agents, and another to create and manage GHL voice AI agents. These are still in beta, really, really new ones. And I'll show you today, our newest one is the social media copilot. But let's start with CloseBot GoHighLevel. So just it's a little bigger. Right? Yes, perfect. And I also want to do is make sure that I have CloseBot opened in a window so I can show you in real time how we do stuff here and what happens in CloseBot. There we go. Agents, date modified. Okay, you see, this is the one I just published from the library. So I'm going to delete it just so we have nothing from today anymore. Okay. So hi there. I want to create new agent. Anybody want to give me an idea for an agent on chat or
How about for a recruiting firm for interviewing their primary candidates before they get to a real person?
interviewing candidates before they get to a real person and eventually book. We can build a candidate pre-screen and booking agent that qualifies people fast, then schedule them in your recorder. Plan. Read set expectation, quickly explain, collect basics, name, email, phone, role they want. So it's basically, it's my intake agent, right? Since it figured out that I want to build something new, I could have asked it to change something or add something or modify. So it's just like, ooh, these guys want to build something new. Okay, it's time for intake. So it starts intake. So with intake, it comes up with the first preliminary idea. We train the agent, we don't want it to push ideas. We want it to tell it what you want, but if you're very vague, it will just work with you to figure out and ask some qualifying questions. It will qualify you and make sure that you know what you want to build. So we're collecting the basics, name, email, phone, pre-screen, objective. We're checking for the location, work authorization, year of experience, salary range, available to start, then decision writing. If it's qualified, book, not qualified, polite exit, book meeting into your GHL. But then it asks me, what kind of roles are you recruiting, right? We asked it to pre-screen. So what are you looking for? What are your top 3 must-have qualifiers? And where do you want the meeting booked? GoHighLevel calendar or something else? If it's in location, which location? If you want to CloseBot, V2 or RealWave, it's aware of my sources and GHL sub-account. So do you want to connect here or there? Just let me know. So let's start from, one, hiring for an AI agent builder role only, AI agent builder or a UA agent, only looking for that and US work. Now let's connect it to my CloseBot V2 sub account. I have in GHL, I have a CloseBot V2 sub account I used for testing, so what I'm asking for. Okay, so let's see what happens. Got it. Okay, so now it's summarizing the plan. Still has some questions. Which calendar? Because it connected to my CloseBot V2 account in GHL, and it figured out I have two calendars. So one, that's calendar. Two, this is all I have. You can make it simpler. You see there's a run tool here. So every time we need something that the agent needs to do or go to CloseBot, you can click here and you can see behind the scenes. It's like deploying agent, getting the GHL contact field so you know how to update stuff, getting the workflow, listing the sources, attaching the sources. Guys, this is the magic part. These are the things that you would have to go open the workflow, attach to the source, update the nodes, create the fields. This is what it's doing right now for you behind the scenes, right? So if I'm going to go back here to my CloseBot, and I'm going to just refresh it, I should see a new agent that was created, the recruiting AI agent, QA pre-screening, and booking agent. Hold on, it's working and working and working. Let's take a sneak peek. Right, we can see it's starting to build up. And as I refresh, you see how the nodes are being built for me? Like someone is working for me. It's not like someone is actually working for me. Come on, guys. This is magic. It knows everything on how to build agents and how to operate the systems behind the scenes. And just let you just sit back and relax. Now, the cool thing is this is like a multi-objective, right? And see how accurate those objectives are. It's like it know how to plug it into already my output variable in GHL because it knows my sub account, right? So it's all connected. Let's refresh again. Maybe it's still working on something. Yeah, it's just in the middle of work. Better let it let it finish what it's doing. It's working in the back end, creating the agent, and I'm just like, show me, show me, show me. Okay, so I built a super simple recruiting, pre-screen, and booking workflow for you. New workflow created, source connected, flow added, intro, basics, branch, variable saves to GHL fields. And now it just instructs me to add a tag in GHL to the contact, and it should launch automatically. Let me see why it doesn't. Okay, so here's a good real-life example. Something went wrong. Let's see if I can save myself. There it is, just CloseBot being slow. So it created the intro, first name, connection. It's checking for US work authorization. This is exactly what I asked. If it's a false, it's not eligible. And then it just keeps in the conversation. And then if it is, a meeting should be booked. By the way, you see it did not connect it. There was some issue here. And then it's booking the recruiting call with the correct calendar for my GHL account. It knew how to get the calendar at the end, do all the connection and send the confirmation. So now when I see this, I know I need to connect it, but I can also ask CoPilot to do it for me if I just really don't want to. The bot doesn't have the US work out through branch and book recruiter, all connected. Perfect.
Hey, Ofer, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm loving this. And there's a lot of interaction taking place here in the chat area. As you're building this, one of the questions that's coming up is how do you use this to optimize? While you're building this, do you mind if I share a little bit on what we've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
doing
of course.
for optimizing? Because I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it'll be
please.
really helpful for folks. Because as you guys are seeing this, I hope that you guys can see the magic on this. By the way, my name is Raphael, and I am a super happy RealWave customer. I don't know if I'm a super user. I hope to become a super user one day. And I wanted to, and I know that there's some folks here that are actually have live production agents, and I'm just going to share my screen just for a couple of minutes while he's finishing to build this other agent. Because what's really powerful is what happens when you already have an existing agent that you're messing around with and it's not doing what you want it to do, even though you've prompted it, you've told them what needs to happen. And so in this Copilot conversation, I'm just going to kind of just jump in here at the end, actually. Well, you'll see that I've been talking to it as I've been optimizing an existing agent. This is a really beautiful agent that I built that it's doing the selling by itself. It's doing a challenge question and then moving them through, but it wasn't doing it exactly how I wanted to. And so as I created the agent, I'm able to, here, we're moving into the correct conversation here.
I think you need to share your screen.
Oh, it's not sharing? I thought it was.
Not yet.
Can you guys see my screen? Here we go.
Now I can see the screen. Yes.
So here's a very simple example. I just launched this agent, right? And I'm getting it to say, and it's saying over and over, you can see I had a long conversation optimizing and launching this agent. But now I'm testing it live with real people, and I'm not happy with the responses. Now, it's actually doing quite well, but I'm seeing it do a lot of stupid stuff that I didn't see you do before. It's like, oh my God, I'm reviewing this conversation, and the live conversation is saying a lot of just got it. It's really sounding AI-ish. And I don't know why it started sounding so AI-ish. I've been doing this for some time. And the prompting in my persona wasn't just right capturing it. But then you could see that it was like, hey, dude, listen, this is classic AI lazy default stuff that's going on. Here's two ways to fix it. Way number one, way number two. Here's the best way. Let's fix it in the persona so it's fixed globally, right? Your persona is not right. And I'm like reading, as I read through it, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do persona. And just like Ofer showed you, it runs in, it goes, fixes it for me. It added the how to respond, right? Avoid repeating phrases like got it, sounds good, perfect. Rotate them. When possible, skip acknowledgement and go straight to the next question, right? Like I wanted it to be smoother. Okay, here's what changed, right? I went into the persona and it knew that it was my Donna persona. Like I didn't have to tell it because it already knew what agent I was working in, right? And it went and added those quick changes for me really quick. I know that's a stupid example, right? But I think it's a good one because even then, like, I just didn't want to mess with this. I just reviewed really quickly what's happening and I jumped into my Copilot and say, hey, this is what I'm not happy with. And it jumped in. And then I said, hey, the next thing that was happening is like, listen, I'm seeing it asked too many times on objective number. What is the number one thing that we can do to help you? It's going one level deeper too often, right? Because I realized that people were answering very succinctly, right? What's the one way I can help you? Leads, right? And that wasn't enough for my AI agent. It wanted to ask more, right? And frankly, I didn't want it to ask more, right? Because I wanted to move to the next objective. And so I asked it that. I was like, hey, listen, it's just getting stuck. It's going to too many levels. And it automatically then reviewed. It's like, okay, listen, Rafa, the reason this is happening is because you have a high sensitivity of 50 set to this objective, right? And it's not accepting short answers as an answer. So it's asking a little deeper. So why don't we change it? Let's lower your sensitivity, right? Let's prompt it not to go deeper and ask follow-ups, right? And let's prompt it to accept short answers. Oh my God. It's like a genius VA in my freaking back pocket. I'm like, yes, I like all of those ideas. But before he implements, the co-pilot asks me, all right, before we move further, I just have two quick questions. Do you want zero follow-ups on this question or one quick follow-up? I think that's really nice. If it was a little bit more of a consultative process, I would have let it go deeper. But for this funnel and for this client, I don't need it to do that. And then, do you want me to save the answers? And I'm like, I want zero follow-ups. I'm currently not saving that answer. Should I probably be saving that answer? And at this point, I'm just messing with the Copilot to see what it does. Well, number one, it changed all of those things. And then it answered my question. Should you save this answer? He's like, Rafa, of course, you probably should, even if you're not using it right now. It's gold. This is gold stuff. You're asking them, what's the number one problem you have? Your sales team might want to have this. You can use this for tagging and segmentation letter, right? And you can use it for smart follow-ups. Do you want to save it as a GoHighLevel custom field? I just went and actually, oh, you can see I'm not done playing with this because I was just going through an optimization, a live optimization of this agent that, by the way, is doing really well. But it was just these little things that I could have spent a ton of time just looking at my workflow and my job flow and CloseBot and just scratching my head on it, right? When the answers were right in front of me, they were right staring me in the nose. And that's what Copilot helped me do. It helps for me as an architect of these agents, it helps raise the answers to the surface. Like I can totally see it happening. So that was just a quick little share. I saw David was asking about that on the call, and there's some other builders on this webinar as well. And so I'll let you take over. Oh, I wanted to share that just from in the trenches for us agencies out there.
One quick question. How do you tell it to review that agent? What was that very first prompt that you get to that?
Yeah, brother. So it's actually really quite easy. At the first prompt, I give it the name of the agent, or here, I'll show it to you. I actually grabbed if you guys can see my screen,
Yes.
I actually grabbed the bot ID.
Okay.
Hello, I need to review campaign bot, and I grabbed this from the URL of the bot ID, and Ofer can probably show you how to do it.
Yeah, and yeah, you can actually give it just the name. It knows how to look it up. Just give it the name or the ID, or even tell, I don't remember the name. Show me the 10 agents that I have, and I will pick the right one. It knows everything about your account. It's like, you're blind, and it's just like it's your eyes. You can ask it anything you want about your.
So look what it did. It gave me the top issues, right? Fix it. What do you want me to do next, right? And I'm like, okay, listen, I want you to make a backup of this agent, right? But then we're going to make changes to this live one. Because I wanted to keep a backup so in case anything broke, and it's like, yep, no problem. It created a copy for me, so I had a backup of my agent, and then we went through. I told him, hey, listen, I'm going to manually add the calendar later. I need to get it from the team. But for now, let's make sure that we do have reentry open for all my custom scenarios. I realized that I didn't have reentry open in my custom scenarios, which means it would have broken the experience. It would change. It started going through the changes and processes. And you can see that in this case, I went through a deep testing of this agent. And this is just one example that I just really learned how to do. I just really learned. I've been building all this stuff manually up to now, or counting on my team or other expert on the Facebook group. Hey, this is not working. Why is it not working? And now with Copilot, I literally have a true co-pilot, like someone that's running with me, that's helping me look at the things. He's like, all right, I want to schedule a demo. Just make the changes. Like, so what was happening was now I was skipping into my custom scenario, schedule a demo too easily, right? And then it helped me identify why I was doing it. Let's change the priority. Let's change the threshold. And it was incredible because some of these things, I've been building CloseBot agents for 2 years. Sometimes I don't even know how to use priority and threshold very well yet. I kind of just leave the default numbers as they are. But the Copilot's smart enough to coach me on it and explain to me why this is important and why this is valuable. So not only is it helping me, it's teaching me. And for someone that's been using CloseBot for a long time, I didn't think that was possible. I thought that I would have to jump into the knowledge base, ask for support or help. I asked support from CloseBot, and God bless them, right? Support team didn't know how to help me. It was horrible. the CoPilot knew how to help me immediately. And I'm getting immediate help and support inside of my account and being able to click deploy. So I hope that answered that question. And Ofer, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack. I know you were building, and I just wanted to share with folks just some of the ways that you're really helping real agencies like myself and other folks.
Thank you. That was wonderful. I think nothing better than seeing how it works in real life. Demos are demos, and it did build the demo successfully, but I really love how you're using it, and it's really amazing how you can basically the Copilot is trained after me and our team, right? Everything we know, we put it there because we're using it. So when you use Copilot, you hire me for like a cent a minute or an hour or something like that. So it's a pretty good deal. And it's quicker than me, than anything I could have ever done. So anyway, so we've got our AI agent builder. We built it in a second, and let's say we want to now update it and duplicate it to another client. And let's say recruiting. So let's say we want to build an agent for whatever these guys are. Hire global talent shouldn't be that hard. So I can just go to Copilot and tell it, okay, let's do it for another client, duplicate it, this agent for deal.com, read their website and just update the about the business section, right? So I have a new client, just duplicate the agent that works best, go ahead, crawl their website, make all the updates, launch, commit, make the changes. I don't even have to look at it. See, it's duplicated the workflow, it crawled the URL, and now it's updating the business information.
This is insane, bro.
I just launched a new agent for a new client, right? So now let's say, hey, a new model just launched. ChatGPT now needs more detail in the new model. Can you look at the last two hiring agents we have and their persona, business, prompting, and see what needs to be improved? So Copilot is like, okie dokie, here we go. And it's just analyzing those two. And then it says like your first one has no business information because we didn't build it. We just entered it in the second one. So let's do it. But then the persona is generic, the business prompting is weak, there's no scoring definition, this is what we need to do. And then again, go ahead and update it, right? So again, 5 minutes, launched new AI model, 5 minutes. This is why you don't see me every time there's a new model, everybody's like, oh, new model, it does this, it does that. We don't care. Like if there's a new model, we just figure out what it does a little differently, and we just let Copilot update the entire thing. 5 minutes, you're done. And it updates all the time, but for 99% of the market agencies, we see them every time there's a new model, it's time for us to launch a new campaign and to ask people how their agents are coping, and you see them just degrading dramatically. But with this, everything is easy to fix. Client asks to change something, add something. We even have this CloseBot Copilot as an API. So imagine you can, in your intake forms, you can take all the questions from a client, send it to Copilot, it builds the workflow for you, and before you even notice, after your intake form, you have a ready-made agent and deployed for your client. And this is really crazy. I know we don't have a lot of time, so I want to show you just a couple of things, additional things that are coming up to Copilot. GHL, of course, I didn't even get to show you the lead manager and conversation AI, voice AI. Hey, I need a new voice agent to qualify candidates for a recruiting company in my RealWave sub account. So same as I showed you with CloseBot, now it's GHL Voice AI. It's going through the same interview, book an interview, what do you want to do, what kind of phone number, do you want an existing one? I want you to go into this, but you have those capabilities, and same with GHL Conversation AI. But what I want to show you as a thing we're just launched today for our top tier agency clients, we have our new social media copilot. It's just a preview version, but this guy is an expert on creating your campaigns for social. So for example, I just launched an AI agent that automates the interview process for recruiting companies, making the process smoother and faster, and help book only qualified employees. I need 1 month campaign over social media to build the brand and the product awareness. Right? Okay, so it's asking me for some details. It's called RealWave. It's for recruiting agencies. It will cost $4.97 a month. I'm just writing through all the questions. So we got all the details, and then it starts with the positioning. Okay, let's start with what are we naming as the enemy. What we're going to fight against is recruiters drown in unqualified applicants. Calendars get filled up with bad fit interviews. Candidate ghost. Time to hire explodes, and recruiter becomes admin assistant instead of deal makers. Here's your 30-day campaign roadmap. So we're going to start with week 1. We'll build your foundations and core manifesto. Most recruiting agencies don't have a hiring problem. They have a filtering problem. You have all the post ideas for the next week. Why most recruiting agencies are operating at 50% capacity and don't know it. The hidden cost of one unqualified interview. Screening manually in 2026, like doing accounting without software. Awesome hooks, right? So these are just ideas for week 1. For week 2, they ask you answer question and answer week. Then engagement and proof week. Then the conversion and the conversation week. So it gives you an overall feeling of how the campaign is going to look and what are the messaging. Now you can say looks good, or give any comments, looks good. Give me the posts for the first 2 days. So I just asked it, okay, just give me what you have. And then we're using sub-agents and agent teams. So the social media agent is actually consulting with the content strategist and the conversion copywriter. These are 2 specialized sub-agents that it chose to use for this work. So the copy rewrite is actually based on methodologies and systems that work. And it basically sends them the context from what we're looking for, and they work on getting the copy to us. So let's wait for a second. We've got the conversion copywriter doing its work, sorry, the content strategist. And then when it gets it from both of them.
Offer, good evening. Did he know each industry and what is the main right now or competitor?
If you want to ask it, you can ask it to run competitor analysis as well. It has access to crawlers and Google. So it can run the research for you. So here's our script, video script, LinkedIn post. And for example, let's do a LinkedIn post. Title line, hiring a junior recruiter is not a screening strategy. It's a staffing decision. Here's the uncomfortable comparison. Junior recruiter, 47K a year, 3-6 months ramp. Automated qualification system, $497 a month, right? Video scripts. LinkedIn post. Yeah, I'm just not going to go over it, but it just builds the whole thing for you. Next version, we're going to connect it to a high-level social media publisher. So we just create them for you, and you can just put it on auto-publish or edit. And from what we've seen, the copy is just amazing. And it does it like in seconds. Anyway, this is a bonus that our agencies are going to get. So I know we're at the end of the meeting and I have so much other stuff to show you, like the marketing agent and the marketing content creator and the Gamma presentation creator and all of the cool stuff that we have coming out.
Keep going, keep going.
You know what? I will show you something that we just upgraded. We're integrated with HeyGen, and this is the next version coming in just a week inside our, hold on, let me open my next version stuff. Where is it? Yeah, that's the one. So before jumping to next version, I want to show you something else that I forgot to mention. Another thing you get with the RealWave is the agent library, the agent checkup, the CoPilot, the marketing agent, and being able to hire us to do stuff. We have the RealWave APIs, and this is a way for you to automate the stuff that you've seen so far. And we allow you to do some really, really cool stuff with API nowadays. One of them is a Nano Banana image agent API. All of you got the confirmation emails for the webinar. You should have gotten like an image of me in a blackboard with your name. This is our Nano Banana image agent integrated into GoHighLevel. Really, really easy. So I'm going to show you the behind the scene automation of the webinar sign up. Registration. Right. So when you signed up for the webinar, we were keeping his phone number, company name, arranging everything, making sure the opportunities were in the right pipeline. But then after everything, we found all the right records, we generated a thank you image and we sent it to you through the email, right? So the thank you image is basically connecting to RealWave to our image agent, providing the text, and it just gives us back a URL to send. So basically you're getting that as part of your RealWave. Or this was just released a few weeks ago and it appears to be one of our most successful releases ever. This API, I know it's the end, but open up and listen up. This does something really, really exceptional. This agent sits inside your GHL, listens in to your existing conversations, and when you decide, you turn it on for a specific contact, like when conversation is over or like specific tag was added, and it will run on this contact. It has full access to the contact conversation history, tags, contact fields, tasks, notes, opportunity, call recordings, call transcripts, conversation with voice AI, conversation with conversational AI, conversation with CloseBot AI. It has access to everything, and it can take actions based on all the data. So you can ask it, for example, for every contact, read the conversation and tag the contact as cold, warm, or hot. Or can you run through all the conversation history and call history, and if there's any email address, phone numbers, company name mentioned anywhere, can you please update it? Or can you read the voice AI call transcript, extract the caller name, identify the pain points, and save them in a task for someone to follow up? Analyze the engagement patterns across all channels, extract any contact info, any product reference, and tag the contact based on their overall engagement level. Create a unified interaction summary note showing total touch point, preferred communication channel. So basically each one of those would have to be a complex workflow you build in GoHighLevel to get all these and tag. So instead, it's just one call to RealWave agent. Hey, can you do this for me for this contact? And it will imagine being able to know exactly what's going on in every conversation and tag the contact if there is anything happening that matches your criteria without building any workflow and doing it dynamically for users. So again, this is released and available immediately as part of the package. And I wanted to give you a glimpse into the future. I'll show you one feature that we're releasing in a couple of weeks. Where is it? So first of all, we expanded the CoPilot page. So instead of just a simple link, it will show you all of the copilots available for you. We showed the CoPilot full today, and a little bit from AI Copilot and the social media. And also really, really new, if you have an agent account, we now have a new video studio that allows you to create automated avatar videos. Let's create a new project, RealWave webinar. And now, can you check what are the recent trends this week in AI agents and write for me a short video script to talk in Facebook about the AI trends. So this is our video director chat. Shall we do Sergio Mosen? Sure, go ahead. And this agent has market research capability. This has a storyteller, researcher, strategist, optimizer, and proofreader sub-agents. And it chose to use Grok from all other things. I think because Grok is like real-time information. So it can search for, events from today, deep researching Grok. And it's asking you what are the most recent trends this week, February 26 in AI agents, product launches. And we got the response from Grok. It's good. And so if you think AI is big, wait until you see what AI agents are doing this week. This week, agents are officially moving from hype to serious business. Multi-agent startup raised. So created a nice, make it 50% shorter. Hook intro, looking good. And now I can just go ahead and generate video. I have my avatars, my voices. Click generate video. And I get a video with my avatar talking about AI news this week. And again, this will be available through the API. So if you want to create these automatically for your leads, your clients, you can have the script dynamically and send it as part of the messaging.
For example, if I want to create a daily video, I can do it?
Yeah, of course.
And to tell him, go, I want to be a prediction football players, football games. Go every day, go check the top games and create a video of the, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You just call this agent daily with an API and pass whatever you want as parameter. And that's it. If you have GoHighLevel, you can connect it to your phone number. So you can just text it and relay the text to the agent, and it will just send you when it's done. So yeah, that's exactly the purpose. And as you saw, the images we're sending are automated. We're not creating them manually. And the videos can as well. It's all a matter of cost. Images are easy to produce. They're just a few cents an image. Videos are still expensive. So it could be, in the 20, 50, 80 cents a video. So not everybody's doing it for all the clients. But if you want it for social media and for daily posts, that's classic. Combine it with the social media agent that can write the copy for you, and with this video agent that can convert it into a video script, and you've got a winning team. Here, let's see. Oh, it's a bed avatar.
AI isn't just getting smarter. It's starting to act like a team. This week, AI agents moved from hype to real business use. Not chatbots, autonomous AI employees that can plan and execute tasks.
Anyway, we took the script and generated it, and now I can share it or just download or whatever. This will be available in a couple of weeks to our clients. Before we wrap off, I have a hard stop in like 15 minutes. I wanted to share with you something special for today because we want you to have access to all this great stuff. I know many of you are our clients, so you already have access, and I hope that you learned something today, and we'll keep pushing new stuff. By the way, we have our new notification system. If you have something going on, something is going wrong, we're trying to get everything here for you. So go ahead and check it out if you have some news or announcements. And today I wanted to share with you something special because we want to make it available for everyone. So So today we wanted to give you a special offer to be able to get RealWave Pro Suite today. It's usually, after today, it's going to cost $149 a month. So basically what we're giving you is an offer to give you 3 months included Pro Agent Suite. The entire CoPilot, including the bonus agents I gave you today, the agents, the social commentary agent, all of these are included. Each one of them is multiple $1,000s build, and they're all included inside. Full marketing AI agent that creates email outreach, LinkedIn ads, landing pages, scripts, and more, also included. Think about how much it costs to hire a VA, or how many hours a month you spend doing the things that we showed. Basically, just the Pro Suite for $149 a month, it's less than 1 hour of work you'd pay someone to do anything. And for this amount, you have the full VA package for basically unlimited use for the entire month. Do as many agents as you want. And as a bonus today, we're also throwing in a 1 hour VIP consulting from RealWave. You can book an hour with us and just talk with us about everything, anything that you want. It could be, let's build something together. Let's review our strategy. Let's brainstorm about how we can make the agents better, selling better, etc. And this value that we pack together, we're providing it to you today at a crazy price of $497. And again, for that, you get 3 months of Pro. And just for the price of that, you get all of the bonuses and the free hour with us, which is worth $500. I'm going to copy and paste the offer link to the Zoom chat, so you can all take use of that right now. So per your question, existing Pro users, you already have everything that I showed you. You don't need to do anything else. So if you're a Pro user, woohoo, you're good. David, $497 for 3 months. The price is changing for $149 in the end of this month. Currently it's $129, but you guys are getting locked on the existing price of $129 a month. So if you book today, this is the renewal price you're going to see, and you're going to see it in the offer page. Full marketing agent. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look. Marketing agent creator. So it allows you to create, yes, all of this is for $129 a month. That's crazy. I know. The marketing agent allows you to build your marketing wording based on a CloseBot agent or a website or from a file, or just describe your own. Let's select one of my agents, real estate. So it's taking my agent, it's analyzing that, and it's going to use this information to do the next steps of figuring out what the audience and what the pain points are. So it read through my agent, figured out what it's doing. I'm running an intake process based on whether it's a seller or a buyer or investor. Now it's doing the crawling for target audience. It's searching the web, searching Google, crawling, figuring out who would be a great client for a real estate intake agent. Right? It could be different audiences looking at different usage journeys, right? It's a commercial broker, it's a residential broker, etc. So this will actually search the web. This is why it's taking time. It's actually crawling, and will get back to us with a market evaluation. So independent residential brokers, high volume real estate teams, property management firms, or commercial firms. And for each one of them, I can click the open expand and see what their pain points are, what their value proposition should be, and who are the decision makers that the content builder is going to target when the copy is being designed. So let's say residential brokerages, select and continue. And then I get a list of subjects of stuff that I can create. Outreach template. Let's say I want to cold outreach to brokerages. And I also do SMS, create. And it starts creating the copy. I want to do paid ad copy. Maybe I want to do Facebook ads, create. I want a landing page copy. Can you build some stuff for me? The about page and the landing page, create. How about Gamma? How about you build my social media post or landing page in Gamma as well? And also my team needs some help. We need help with objection handling and frequently asked questions. Can you generate them for me as well? And behind the scenes, the agents, now they know your agent, they know your audience, they know the pain points, and each one of them is trained on its own specific mission, and it's working on generating this stuff. and soon they will start popping up like popcorn.
Offer, sorry. And what about routine? If I want routine, like every day go do your research,
You just
something
automate
that
it through your favorite automation software. You have Zapier, Make, and you just go call our AI agent through API daily.
okay.
So here's our SMS email outreach.
How do we sell this to clients? How do we provide this as a service?
Like, you mean to white label RealWave?
Well, not RealWave, but like this marketing content, this marketing to be able to do this and charge clients.
It probably not out of the box easily, but I think there is a very short path to wrapping it maybe with some app forms using the API and making it available through your white labeled application. Since we make our agents all available through the API, it's doable. I don't know how much appetite or how many clients you have, but it's doable.
You think it can replace affiliate system? Because
No.
then we can sell affiliate.
No, it is not meant to replace affiliate systems. And let's take a look at the Gamma landing page that we created. Tired of slow speed to lead responses? See how real estate lead intake and booking agent delivers immediate consult booking. So it built the website for me with the agents, with the images, screenshots,
Wow.
pain points. It's ready to launch, guys. Can you just, fathom? We built the agent, we created the marketing materials, the website, the copy, all within our training. And, the actual creating of it takes a minute. It takes me 5 minutes to do my blah, blah around it. And then it actually takes a minute to create. So I think the tools are really at a new level these days with what we can do with the, was it the Gamma?
A little bit back, when do you decide to create something in GHL versus CloseBot?
It changes with versions, and I use CloseBot when the lead journey is predeterministic. Like, I want to take them through a specific funnel and not stray around it for a second. This is when you use CloseBot, because CloseBot allows you to build the path step by step and have it be predictable. I use GHL if I feel more comfortable with a prompting agent, an agent that is more dynamic in nature, needs maybe tools and API access. So GHL is more natural there, technically speaking and capability speaking. But there's also price considerations, right? With CloseBot, you can have one CloseBot account, and if you have 100 sub accounts, it's all the same. And with GHL, the pricing for AI employees per sub account. So I think in many cases, the decision is based on the financials and not necessarily the technical side. And also, CloseBot is more useful if you have HubSpot. Then you can use CloseBot not only for GHL, but for HubSpot. So the premise that CloseBot is going to add more integrations to more CRM systems gives them a built-in differentiator compared to GHL, who naturally just want to keep people in their platform, which is not a bad thing, right? We love competition, but it depends on where your client base is. In our platform, we try to be agnostic. So you have GoHighLevel, great. You have CloseBot, great. You have both, great, because they do work together. And maybe in the future, there will be another tool, another set of tools. So we're always evaluating what kind of tools are here to stay, and we try to integrate them. So this is why we integrated, after a lot of consideration, Gamma, because these guys, they're just breaking the market with their presentation tools. This is how we built I showed you the presentation that was just built. And Hagen, they're just amazing with their video generation API, really accurate, really fast. So we bet on the winners. We do the work for you. And if you see something inside our integration, it means that we believe it's here for the long term. Try not to be distracted by all the toys, but the tools that really we find that they provide real business value, we'll plug them in here. And we get the requests from you, the users, all the time. So it's really amazing.
I'm going to fly out to Washington and cook for you, my friend.
Ooh. Tempting, yes. You hit just the right spot.
Thank you for this. Amazing.
Of course. Thank you. Guys, any more questions?
Thank you so much for taking the time. All the folks who are asking questions, I mean, it's incredible the level of intelligence we have in this community. I just want to say, if you're not on RealWave, dude, this is your chance. Get in on this. Everything that you're seeing is included in this pro account. And I mean, there's nothing out there like it. Just the CoPilot, which is what today was about, has saved me infinite amount of time and hours. And it makes me look smarter in front of my clients. It makes me build better products. And for that, I thank you guys deeply. Thank you for this.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you.
You.
Hope to see you on the next one. Come find us on the RealWave AI Facebook group, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.